Christmas, as we know it, is a mix of history, tradition, and a bit of magic. It's a time when families come together, homes are filled with warmth and joy, and the spirit of giving is in the air. The main story is the birth of Jesus Christ in Bethlehem, a humble beginning that has inspired countless traditions and celebrations around the world. This story, found in the books of Matthew and Luke in the Bible, is super important for Christians. It tells of the miraculous birth, the guiding star, and the visit of the wise men. We don't know the exact day Jesus was born. The Bible doesn't specify a date, leaving historians and theologians to speculate. It wasn't until the 300s that December 25th became Christmas, thanks to Pope Julius I. He chose this date to align with existing pagan festivals. Interestingly, this day is also close to old celebrations like Saturnalia and the birthday of the unconquered sun. These festivals celebrated the winter solstice and the return of longer days. Maybe it was planned to include these older holidays, or maybe it was just a coincidence. Either way, the blending of traditions created a rich tapestry of customs. Either way, December 25th shows how old traditions and Christian beliefs came together to make Christmas what it is today. It's a holiday that continues to evolve, embracing new customs while honoring its ancient roots. Way before the Christmas star, people celebrated the winter solstice, a time of great significance in ancient cultures. This is the shortest day of the year, and it was a big deal. People gathered to mark the return of longer days and the promise of spring. It was a time to think, get ready for a new year, and hope for the sun to come back. Communities would come together, sharing food and warmth. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia for their god of farming, Saturn. This festival was one of the most anticipated events of the year. This week-long party had lots of food, gifts, and everyone got to switch places in society. Slaves and masters would exchange roles, creating a unique social dynamic. In Northern Europe, people celebrated Yule, a festival that lasted for several days and was filled with various traditions. They burned a Yule log for warmth and light and decorated with evergreen trees, which meant life and hope in the dark winter. These evergreens were a symbol of resilience and endurance. These old celebrations, even though they were different, were like Christmas. They celebrated light, hope, and new beginnings. They laid the foundation for many of the traditions we cherish today. Christmas has changed a lot over time. In the Middle Ages, it was a huge religious celebration with big church services, long feasts, and Christmas carols. But then, in the 1500s, things changed. The Puritans in England and America thought Christmas was too much fun and not religious enough. They wanted to get rid of the old traditions and just focus on Jesus. Later, in Victorian times, Christmas became happy again. Charles Dickens, who wrote A Christmas Carol, and Prince Albert, who made Christmas trees popular, helped make Christmas a family holiday. This time was all about being generous, kind, and spreading joy. In the 1900s, things changed faster than ever, and so did Christmas. The world was rapidly evolving with new technologies and ideas, and these changes were reflected in how people celebrated the holiday. Making lots of things in factories made it easier to sell more stuff, and Christmas became more about buying gifts. The Industrial Revolution brought mass production, which meant that toys, decorations, and other festive items were more accessible to the general public. Santa Claus, based on the kind St. Nicholas from the 300s, became famous worldwide, thanks to the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas. This poem, also known as The Night Before Christmas, painted a vivid picture of Santa that captured the imaginations of children and adults alike. By the middle of the 1900s, Santa, with his gifts and big smile, was a huge part of Christmas, thanks to movies, songs, and ads. These media portrayals solidified his image as the jolly man in red, spreading joy and cheer. Today, people everywhere celebrate Christmas, even if they aren't Christian. The holiday has transcended religious boundaries and has become a global phenomenon, embraced by various cultures and traditions. From London to Australia, people celebrate in their own ways. Each region adds its unique flavor to the festivities, making Christmas a rich tapestry of global customs and practices. Whether it's about Jesus' birth, giving gifts, or just being with family, Christmas is special for millions of people. It's a time for joy, reflection, and togetherness, bringing warmth and happiness to hearts around the world.